everyone. Today I am going to show you how you fill the statement of estimated tax payable for the year of assessment 2024-2025. I will show you how to do the manual submission of the set. First you have to write your TIN number here in the cage and the address here. Then statement type has to be either original statement or revised statement. Since this is the first time filing the set, you have to select original statement by putting a tick here. Then you have to select whether it's a corporate, individual or partnership business. Since I am focusing today on individual tax, I will put here as individual. In these returns, you can find three main parts. Part 1 is calculation of estimated tax payable. Part 2 is computation of estimated tax liability. And part 3 is declaration. Once you have done with all three parts, you can submit it to one of the Inland Revenue Regional Officers or to Head Office. If you submit to Head Office, you can come to Central Document Management Unit or via registered post you can send to the CDMU unit. Let me first start with part 1. You can fill only the appropriate cages here. If you have any employment income, you can mention under cage 10. If you have business income, you can mention it under cage 20. If you have investment income, you can mention it under cage 30. Other income under cage 40. If you have any foreign source of income, you can mention it under 40A. When these are summed, you will end up with having the estimated assessable income. Then you have to have the deductions from what you have got for the estimated assessable income. For that, you have to estimate your qualifying payment. Qualifying payments you can see here. In this guide, you can see this guide from here. Go to our website www.ird.gov.lk and select the language and come to this page, and under downloads there's forms and returns. Under that you will have here estimates. Under that you have the statement of estimated tax payable and the credit schedule, and this instruction for completion, the statement of estimated tax payable and payment of quarterly installments. That is, I have first downloaded this, and this is what I mentioned earlier. This is what you have to enter as qualifying payments. You can refer this and decide on what you have as qualifying payments. Then you have total estimated reliefs that has to be mentioned against cage 70. Estimated relief in the sense there are three types of reliefs. Personal relief is given for every citizen individuals 1.2 million rupees for each year of assessment. Then you have rent relief and other relief that can be referred by accessing the guide for filing the return. Once you enter these two, what you mention under cage 60 and 70, by this equation 50 minus 60 minus 70, you can have the result here against the cage 80. Then you have to calculate the estimated tax liability as per part 2 of the set. This is what you have. Part 2, computation of estimated tax liability. For that you can refer the guide. Here first 1.2 million is exempted from calculating income tax. If you have balance part less than or equal to 500,000, first one will be calculated at the rate of 6%. If you have another 500,000 or less, that will be calculated at the rate of 12%. If you have another 500 or less, that will be calculated at the rate of 18%. If you have another 500 or less, you will be calculating at the rate of 24%, and the next 500,000 you will have to calculate at the rate of 30%. 36%. If there's any balance, immaterial of what the value is, the balance will be calculated at the rate of 36%. Once you enter and calculate here, the total will come to the cage 90.10. The value in the 90.10 has to go to the cage 90 of the part 1 of the set. Then you have to estimate any foreign tax credits, if any, and if you are employed somewhere, employer must have deducted your income from remuneration. So in that case, you can mention under cage 110. Then as per this equation, 90 minus 100 minus 110, you will end up with the estimated tax payable. If you have any exempted or excluded income, local or foreign, you can mention it under cage 130. Then we'll come to part 3, that is the declaration of the set. If you have got any assistance from any approved accountant or any other person for a payment, you can mention it as yes by putting a tick here in front of yes. If this is yes, you have to mandatorily fill the part A of the declaration with the correct particulars. If you say no, you can omit this part A and directly go to part B of the declaration and put the signature and put the date. So that's it. You enjoy your filing of set. If you have any queries in this regard, you can call us on our hotline 1944. Thank you.